What is going on? Thank you for stopping by, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It's your host, Galadon. It's Gold Pass Clash, episode 52. And I have to say, I feel like I just got through warning you guys about leaving your progress bases up. Progress base, great idea, helps you upgrade, but yeah, it doesn't help you defend real well on defense. So I kind of accept a portion of the blame for these two attacks that I wreaked on these players that left their progress bases up. But at the same time, I mean, like this guy here, it looks like the exact same progress base setup as what I have, right? Everything that needs to be upgraded is below and to the right. So, you know, I'm kind of thankful that people are actually using my... Wait a minute. He's got builder... This is completely wrong. This is all... I don't know. This guy... All right, he deserved to be rated because that's like a reverse progress base. That's not how it's supposed to be. Anyway, okay, so yes, we're Gold Pass Clash 52 now. The exciting thing about today's episode is this. We are going to finish last month, get into this month, and get so many insane upgrades done. It is absolutely out of control. Now, of course, we realized that we did go to Town Hall 11 last episode. And no, I didn't really make a what to upgrade first episode because I feel like you guys have probably seen enough of those by now. And obviously we did cover it anyway, but in today's episode, we're going to roll over to the 1st of February. And because of that, we unfortunately reset the discounts that you get from the Gold Pass, but we get a massive, and I mean massive amount of loot from the runes and of course from the season bank from the end of January. And that is part of the reason why I did the upgrade to Town Hall 11 at the end of the season rather than waiting, you know, another week or two just so that we wouldn't have rushed a little bit. But we had to rush just a tiny bit in order to avoid missing out on all of this loot and being able to spend it, right? We had 5 free builders all lined up at the end of the season, and we immediately put them to work doing massive upgrades at Town Hall 11. So prepare yourself, your heads may spin. This was a difficult episode to edit simply because there were so many upgrades and I wanted to make sure that we didn't miss them. We talk about, of course, doing the lab. Yes, of course. Come on, you guys knew this was coming. You knew I had to upgrade baby dragons as the first troop to go at Town Hall 11 because, in my humble opinion, they are the absolute best farming animal out there, right? We want to get them out on the field and farm. We can also maintain our trophies if we wish to do so. And at the same time, we're going to try to, let's see, okay, this is the end of the season. I'm a little bit confused already. So we've got a lot of little short snippets of upgrades. And then what I did was over the period of this like 24 to 48 hours of playing, I would log in, log off, log on, and get another upgrade done. Even though I had enough loot to do something different, I would sometimes pop in, get these really quick upgrades rolling, 30, 40-minute upgrades, and then come back, have a couple of free builders. I was setting alarms. I was confusing Alexa with Siri, with my dog, and it was, yeah. And we also raided a little tiny bit of raiding just to kind of fill up the storages in between runes or to get the just right amount for a specific upgrade. We will go ahead and fast forward through the rest of this raid because you know what's going to happen, right? Yeah, the baby dragon's going to wreck everything because they do every single time, right? They're an amazing troop. And yes, I love to use the log launcher. And yes, we did, unfortunately, we 3-starred Clash of Clans. So I wrecked Clash of Clans, the episode title right there. Okay, so we move on. We've got a cannon upgrade and we've got 1 builder free. So again, we're doing our best as we have throughout all of these episodes of Gold Pass and No Cash Clash, making sure the builders are tied up 99.975% of the time. So here we go. We log back on. We've got an archer tower ready to go or done. So we got a builder ready to go is what I mean. So we get on in here and we, yes. Oh, that's right. We had the archer queen because we had a bunch of loot. So there goes the archer queen. And we're going to use a book on her because we've got a rune of dark elixir. And we actually had 2. We had one that we had to collect from the end of the season. So we used the one that was in our inventory so that we could collect that one, right? Okay, yeah, still following me? I'm not. Okay, so we get a couple of walls done just so that we get our loot down to the right amount so we can get something else done. right? Now here is still, you'll notice, the end of the season. We're getting that good discount on those walls, and that is a huge discount. I mean, 3 million down to 2.4. So we wanted to make sure we used that as much as possible. Also, at the same time, we had spare time in between, whether I was going to sleep or maybe I was getting up early and watching an upgrade finish, like the Grand Warden, all the way to level 2. He will be on his way to level, gosh, I think he's on his way to level 4 by the end of today's episode. So I'm telling you, the things are just, it's flying, right? I can't even keep track. So yes, he's going to go down right now on his way to level 3, and then we will get some other upgrades going. You'll notice also, again, the Dark Elixir is full, but that's okay because here it comes, the end of the season, the beginning of the February season. So we got the big giant monster season bank payoff, and we're ready to get the gold pass. But first, we go ahead and go to settings. We scroll down to the bottom here at more settings, and we type in, hey, my name. That's right. So kind of you guys that are using code Galadon when you buy that gold pass or any packages. Maybe it's the Hog Mountain stuff, whatever you are buying. Thank you guys so much for that. Now we buy the gold pass. Now we're going to try to get some points because there is a relatively early on discount. So if we pick up the points from just these donations, and I did this by just donating to myself pretty much because that's the problem. Nobody really in my clan wants lower level troops or just baby dragons. So Galadon asked a bunch of times and we got the 200 points. That was, I think, yes, that was enough to get us the very first discounts. And over time, this stuff is going to add up. It may only seem like 10% is a drop in the bucket, but remember, we're doing a ton of upgrades, especially as a new town hall. So every single piece of gold, drop of elixir or dark elixir is going to matter. And let's see, where are we going next? So you can see here the Grand Warden Expo. We'll get that done before the end of today's episode. Like I said, several days compressed down into one of these upgrade rich episodes, but for right now we've got 2 builders free. So you can see we have an insane amount of loot. There's no way we're going to be able to spend all of this loot. And remember, this was one of the very top priorities as a new Town Hall 11. You want to get those camps upgraded, all 4 as soon as possible, simply because, let's go, we want full army size, right? That's just as important as upgrading the troops themselves. We want more troops, so there is 2 of those camps, and then we still have an insane amount of gold, elixir, and dark elixir, and unfortunately nowhere really to spend the dark right now. We need to get the builders free so that we can put the heroes back down, but do we really want to put the heroes down, or do we want to enjoy that 5 level boost, right? We might as well, at least for the king and the queen for a little bit, enjoy the 5 level boost. I don't really feel like we're that badly missing the Grand Warden when we put him down to upgrade because, you know, we've never really played with him before. So let's go ahead and put him back down one more time during this episode, get him closer to where he will have his level 5 ability for the first time on his own. Okay, Archer Tower and Expo complete. Okay, so we've got 2 free builders at this point. And again, you can see that there's no sense in raiding at all. So during those first couple of days of the new season, we did not raid a single time. We got a 3rd camp going, we got a whole ton of walls going, and of course that is probably the best place to put your extra resources every season, because otherwise then you can't raid, and there's no point in playing if you're not raiding, right? Okay, so here we go. The Grand Warden ready for another level in a minute as soon as we get one more wall done, because we did the calculation. We're going to do enough wall upgrades to take that elixir down to the point that we can then do a warden upgrade and be nearly broke. And now it'll make sense. We'll get out there, we'll start raiding. Perhaps we will boost sneaky goblins since we have so much dark elixir. And obviously, we're not going to get raided. And this is something to remember. We're not going to get like 200,000 dark elixir stolen in the next week. So it makes sense to not stress about it too much. Obviously, we forgot about these walls, but maybe if we just kind of sneak them in, there we go. It's all matchy-matchy. You can't tell, right? They're all the same level. From a distance, they all look like level 11 walls. Okay, we'll do that next time. Okay, some things, I tell you, we do still forget, but that's okay. And then, of course, we've got 5 days left on the baby dragons. And then, well, you know, once the boost runs out, we will definitely make sure that the queen and the king start to grab some levels underneath them. But for now, no builders free for a few more days. So it's off to the status report we go. Let's take a look and see how things are going. Man, I feel like this episode has been just crazy. Like I've talked the entire time. I talk too much, right? No, anyway, that's what the point of the video is, right? Okay, so trophies, yes. Points for the gold pass, yes. And then, of course, gems. I think we did buy a book of heroes in there this episode. Maybe. We're down 518 gems. Where do they go? They don't evaporate. Okay, and the heroes, they're working their way up. They got a couple of levels today. They will get there. And the next goals, of course, are going to be to finish that last army camp because that's what we want. We want to have a full Town Hall 11 army. And you guys made it all the way to the end of the episode. That's why you are the true hashtag Gala family. I don't think about it. Appreciate it every single one of you every single day. So get out there, make the best of the rest of your day. Be kind to other people. I'll see you back here and get about it.
Oh dear, Galadon.exe has stopped responding.